This is just a base tour of my base. So hopefully you get a few ideas of you know, how to do a few things. I've blocked off a couple of trade routes and not trade routes, sorry. I'm thinking of Red Dead Redemption. I've blocked off a couple of cannibal routes, which can stop the cannibals from coming up into this area. Plus I put up a couple of fences and that, and I hardly get many coming up this way. So I'll load it up and you guys can have a quick look. I also rely heavily on the zip lines to get around certain parts of the map. So I've got multiple like fenced off areas for like semi little bases. I'm working on building some sort of a main base around where the yacht is. So that's a bit of a work in progress. And then my plane is sort of just up from the yacht, on the right hand side as you head towards the snow. So I've got a nice big fenced off area for around the plane, and I'm working on trying to make a safe passage that's going to be able to go back and forth all the way up to the fertile lands, and then I've got an island base that's on the other side, which is down where the shipping containers are. But I haven't really done much work on that. That was going to be my main base, but then the one that you're about to see in a couple of minutes when it loads up is my main base. I've got a rabbit farm set up in there, and yeah, okay, here we go, we've loaded in. Alright, it's a little bit on the laggy side. So this is the main base here that I've built. You can't really see too much because of the haze, but I've put heaps of large log holders here. I don't think I'm going to be moving those. At some stage I will move these meat racks from here, but for now they're just there, you know, for the sake of being there. In my church I've put in some shelves, so it's like a storage area which I haven't got around to collecting resources to put in, you know, beds, cans of drinks and that. It's just been you know, building this, building that, and yeah, just plugging along at little things that I feel comfortable plugging along at, you know, like on the forest. So I'll show you these routes that I've blocked off for those that are interested. In that big what do you call it up there, the big building over there, custom foundation building, is going to be a rabbit farm in there. But along here, thanks to the guy by the name of Farkit, I hope I've said that correct, he was saying that you could block the cannibal routes off, and I took it upon myself to build this wall here, which is goes all the way from here and down into the water, and that's one of the sections where I blocked off the trade routes. Trade routes, I keep saying trade routes, the cannibal routes, you know, where they walk. And then down here, where we just go past these couple of houseboats and rafts and that, I've got another cannibal route that's been blocked off. I wouldn't say it's really blocked off the cannibal routes, but it's just, I've noticed that since I've put these up, which I did this long before I built that base up there, I hardly get any cannibals into my base. But I do notice you do get the odd cannibal spawn in here, I think that's just part of the game. It's just, you know, you get the odd random one spawn in, no matter what. And yeah, then some lightning going on. So I've got a zip line going across there. You can't really see it. Let's go skip today, and we'll see things a little bit clearer. I think we should be right to skip straight away. Let's go have a look. Okay, let's do this. That'll do it. Get a drink. So this is also handy too, because having this here, this pond, or whatever you want to call it, you can get your athleticism up by swimming. So what I do is I just dive under the water, and it's not very big, and I just swim around until the oxygen practically runs out, and you can build your athleticism up. Now, as you can see here, my athleticism is, I think it's 48 or something. 50, there you go. And my strength is built up. Best way for building up strength is, I'll credit Farkit again for this one, is to use just the a bone off a cannibal and just spring that at nothing. So you just, you know, grab one out of your inventory from here, equip it, and then just start pressing the R2 button, or the other button on the right back on the Xbox, for those who play Xbox, and just do that. It uses the least amount of stamina, and it's good for getting your strength up. It does take a little while, but that works. Or cut down a lot of trees, and of course don't die, because if you do die, all your stats do reset. So I'll give you a quick look at what I've got going on. So I've got another fenced off section just over there. I don't know if you really saw that. It wasn't really a fenced off section, sorry, it was just I put a gate there because there's a small little hut down there for the cannibals. I've got a zip line going over towards the plane, and we'll go over and have a look at this first section that I've built. And this main section over here that I've fenced off over here is for logs, because you don't get many trees spawning outside my main base. Now in here, there's a lot of trees, as you can see. It's quite large, maybe 25 trees I think there is in here or something. So yeah, that's really good for collecting logs and all that. And you probably can't see it from up here, but down here, I'll just go quickly up here. I've got a zip line, and I've tried building the log catcher, which it's a bit tricky to build. You can kind of see it in the distance there, and that works to a degree, but you've really got to, you know, play around with it, and it's very tricky to get set up. So now we'll head over towards the plane, the actual plane. I've got a little fenced off area between there and the plane as a safe area, only because the zip lines don't go all the way to the plane. And the gate's just lagging, that's okay. So here I've got a two of these, you know, standard, what do you call it, zip line going back that way, back towards the main base, and then I've got a zip line heading towards the plane. And I've got a couple of friends who've come to join me. Alrighty, so this zip line will take me nearly to the plane, and then I've got another one that we can hop on, and it just drops me over the fence, but I'm thinking about extending the fence line a little bit further so that way it clears it pretty cleanly. So I've got this here. That needs to be fixed up, which I will get around to doing. But because the way the zip line is and the elevation of the land and all that, I can't have it enclosed. I could have a gate there, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. And there's just another zip line here which you can just jump on, and you're riding the zip line for 100 meters or something, and you're in safety. Oh well, not in safety. Sometimes you land inside the base, other times you don't. But that's completely random. Okay, so this is the plane here. I might as well go stock up on a few things. Get some booze. No, I don't need to eat just yet. Some meds, more booze, can of drink, meds. Just to take with me. And then I can put them in the shelving when I get back. Okay, so what I did have on this thing over here, this thing was another zip line. Surprise, surprise. I have since taken it down, and it does go down to the yacht. I'll explain the reasons why I've took it down when I get back to safety in a minute. The reason why I've took it down for is I'm building a custom foundation in the middle of the ocean out here, and I'm waiting to see how high I can get the levels up, how many levels I can go up, and I think it's only about maybe 3-5 levels or something. I'm not exactly too sure. And what I want to do is when I get up high enough to the highest level that it will allow me to build on, is I want to put a zip line from here, and hopefully it goes all the way back to that base, or it drops you just outside the gate. And so this is what I've got set up with this little section over here. I don't think I have a I don't have a boat over here. Should have grabbed one. So there's this here, which is going to be just like a semi sort of a base here, because you don't need a save point, you've got one just over there. That zip line is going to be relocated from here onto the that one over there, the one that's the blueprint over there, that foundation. And I'll put up a wall so that way you can stop and you don't fall into the water with the shark. And then I'll just build a stair and intersect it between both of them, and you know, custom stairs will be like a boardwalk. And hopefully that'll work out pretty well. So that's all I can really think of that I will show you just for this video. Not to keep anyone, you know, from doing their own sort of thing, but I do appreciate any feedback, any ideas, any questions. Feel free to ask me. I have been playing it for quite a while now. Although since we did finish it, me and my cousin, we have taken a bit of a break, but I still go down here and just look at things to improve, like, you know, such as realigning that zip line from here to back there, you know, having up the walls and that you can't have the zip line going into that building there. It's a good idea to have a zip line from there, which is where the other bases are, back over near the shipping containers, but you know, you can't travel through the wall. Okay, well, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time.